Have you ever created a model in Blender and want to use it in Unreal Engine 5 but you just don't know how to? Or if you already did this, then you may be having some weird problems such as textures not importing properly or not imported at all. Well, then this video is just for you, because I'm going to tell you how to properly export your models from Blender to UE5, and make sure you watch it to the last part, because I'm going to tell you about the mistake that I made that stopped me from doing this properly. As you can see, I have downloaded this model and these are the textures applied into it. Now I will go to the file, export and FBX. Select this path mode as copy and select this embed textures option. Now I am going to click on export as FBX. Now I will go into the Unreal Engine. Now in the Unreal Engine, I am going to right click and use this import option. Now we have this folder which is for the textures and this is our model. Now open it. Make sure create new materials is enabled and import all. This is our model. As you can see, it has properly come with all the textures. Now sometimes this method doesn't work, and instead of these textures we just get a plain material as white or black or any other color and the textures are not imported. If you are having this problem, then you can go back to the Blender and go to the file, export, and use this gltf export option. If you have multiple meshes and you want to export only one, then select these selected objects, set everything as default and click on export. Back in Unreal Engine, you have to go to the plugins and enable the gltf option. Once you click on this, you will have to restart Unreal Engine. Make sure you do that and then come back. Now right click and go to the import, and this is our model. Open it and just import it. As you can see, it has created a different folder. Here is our mesh, this is our textures, and this is our materials folder. This is our helmet. Now keep in mind that this method doesn't really work good with textures that are really complex. For example, I have created this UFO here, and these are the textures applied into it. I am not using a principal BSDF shader, so when I export it and import it back in Unreal Engine, you can see that we only have these materials is only white or grey or any other color. I don't have any textures that are here. So I think it is a issue with Blender and UE5 that when I am not using principal BSDF, this method doesn't work. So keep in mind that this doesn't really work with very complex materials. So if you have a solution for this, then make sure to tell me about it in the comments below. So if you have a material that is like this, then make sure that you have a principal BSDF that goes into the material output. Now I had created this UFO some years ago while I was not using Unreal Engine. So I was having great difficulty in exporting it with textures. So now I have modified it, and as you can see, this is my texture setup now. So I am going to export it again with this material setup. Always make sure that path mode is set to copy and embed textures is selected, and export as FBX. Now I am going to import it. Import all. As you can see, my textures have been properly imported now, but there is one issue in this method. That is, as you can see, our roughness map goes into the metallic, and I am having some error. It says that sample type is color. It should be linear color. So we can find it here in the sample type and set it as linear color. In this roughness map, it has to go into the roughness, not metallic. Did this method work for you? Make sure to tell me about it in the comments down below. And if it did, then like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I will be making more videos like these in the future.